Hello? Okay. Hello? Okay, it's working. Share screen. But none of you. Hello? Okay, it's working. I hate the sound of my own voice. Hi, how are you? Share screen. Okay. Don't be naked. I'm gonna share my screen with you on YouTube, so don't take off any clothes. Okay, you're good. Okay.
What are you talking about?
Okay.
What are you talking about?
Okay, you're on YouTube. What do you like to do? What are your hobbies?
Ooh. Each other.
What? Fuck no. No! I'm just gonna fucking not do that. Okay. Okay. So we're gonna watch 2 more videos. What video was it? I believe it was the 12-minute one and Candace Owens. Okay. About Matt Walsh. So good. So good. Okay, we're gonna watch it. Probably a terrible stream, but that's okay. That's okay. Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stay tuned as we attempt to commune with the devil.
You might want to watch it.
Before we head into the Thanksgiving holiday, I must discuss something that happened last week. Actually, it's 2 things. Both occurred during the Q&A portion of my speech at Berkeley on Thursday night. There are 2 people who must be considered candidates for cancellation as a result of the Q&A, and since we've run out of time in the week, we have to cover them both in today's daily cancellation and decide who's the one who should get canceled. So first, we start with a man named Jacob, who, to his credit, actually had the guts to confront me on camera during the Q&A. Over the course of our What is a Woman college tour, stopping at 6 or 7 different schools, there were only 2 or 3 leftists in the whole time who dared to debate me in person, and most of the rest stood outside screaming, holding signs, eating the Bible, in at least one case anyway. Jacob was one of the select few, though unfortunately—
I don't know if that was a joke, but that was kind of funny because of how ridiculous it was. But I'm sure it was a joke.
Squandered the opportunity by retreating and taking cover behind—
I don't know, as again, he says everything in the same tone.
A desperate appeal to authority, as they so often do. Here's how that conversation began.
Why in your movies and your discussions do you selectively ignore and misrepresent the recent burgeoning medical and behavioral literature that demonstrates that gender-affirming care and similar medical interventions demonstrate consistent improvements to mental health, suicidality, and general well-being?
Which study are those?
There are probably like 30 studies by this point, all produced in the last like 10 years.
I thought this one was about anime.
So anybody can look them up on—
Okay, well, just here's the problem. Here's the problem. I'm not impressed by just you saying a study.
No,
okay, because
studies.
Fine. Well, there could be 100 studies. There could be 1,000 studies.
Them.
Great. Yeah, and I have read them. Have you?
Yes, I have.
Okay. So I'll give you one example. I don't know if you can give me any examples, but I'll give you one example of a recent study that and this was just in the headlines. It said that it proved that double mastectomies for minor girls improves their well-being.
I don't
And this was a study, and
care
it was
about
proven,
any of this.
peer-reviewed. Then you read how they actually. Problem is that, as is usually the case, when they start babbling on about studies, he cannot give any specific examples, which means that he cannot defend the methodology used in these studies. All he knows is that the studies were done, and though he doesn't know exactly what they say, he knows that whatever they say, they vindicate whatever he already thought before he read the studies, though he actually didn't read them to begin with. So, to review,
Maybe
he brought up
maybe
studies.
now. Wait. This is.
They are the
This is
experiment.
I think
we are experimenting on
Finally,
children
man.
right now. So, right, why aren't there any reliable studies? Because the study is happening right
I think this is finally the anime. We will find out.
now today, and the sample size is an entire generation of kids. Jacob and I continued for another several minutes. Of course, as I point out to him later in the discussion, the whole focus on studies is a distraction. We don't need permission from a study to arrive at certain common sense conclusions. One of those conclusions.
Well, a study shows how many people would agree with you, and it shows overall census of other people on a particular subject. It doesn't necessarily prove right or wrong. It's just how many people approve of the particular thing you're talking about.
is that it is wrong to perform cosmetic surgery on the sex organs of children. And it's wrong to give them medically unnecessary drugs that will permanently hamper. Is wrong. So he could produce a study with a sample size of 50,000. So does Jacob deserve to be canceled? Perhaps. But unfortunately, someone else stepped forward later on in the Q&A.
Hello. So I just saw people shouting and like a bunch of barricades.
This is
so I thought
it.
it was fun to come here. I didn't really know who you
Okay,
were.
okay.
So before it started, I Googled you on Wikipedia. And I scrolled down to the controversy section, and it said, you said anime was satanic. So I was wondering if I bought your book, would you watch a season of any anime with me? I'll get you a jacket.
With you?
Huh?
Well, I have to watch the anime with you, you're saying?
Yeah, or just like live.
How's that going to work?
Zoom.
Okay, I hate Zoom meetings and I hate anime. Now you want me to combine the two?
Okay.
And what am I getting out of this?
I buy your book.
One book? You got to buy a lot more books. You have to buy about 100 books to make that worth it.
So if we started a GoFundMe to buy 100 books, you would live stream you watching a season of anime.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Don't. All right. I am indeed the stupidest man on earth and the worst deal maker in history. Donald Trump would be ashamed. Why did I agree to that? To an entire season of anime? An entire season? Not just one episode, a season. And instead of asking for like 1,000 books or 10,000, I agreed to this torture for a measly 100 books. That was by far the worst negotiation I've ever witnessed. I watch it and think, who is this moron? And then I realize that the moron is me. And I'm filled not only with dread, but also shame. I can only say it's a good thing that I use a real estate agent instead of making real estate deals on my own. I'm apparently the kind of guy who would sell my house for like $50 and a Wendy's gift card. Only this is much worse because, as I've already established, anime is satanic. So watching an entire season of it certainly means that I will become demonically possessed.
So in my previous video, he said, I don't know if he believed. Well, I don't know what he believes on the subject of anime because he says a lot of ridiculous shit. But so he believes it can possess you. So why the fuck would he agree to it if he thinks it can possess you? You know?
So I have sold my soul here. I've sold it for a few books. I could have just done a hit on Tucker Carlson, and sold more books than that. 100 books? What was I thinking? I was not thinking at all, apparently. Or my thinking was impaired. I was at Berkeley, after all. Maybe I was high from all the secondhand weed smoke in the air. Maybe just 2 days in San Francisco was enough to cause mental illness.
Okay.
I don't know how to explain it. Now, the good news is that technically, I never said when I would watch the anime. Those details were never.
Okay, this is just him talking about it. Okay, this one is better.
How do you take 20,000 children in the middle of New York City without anybody seeing?
Speaking of political sadism, we have to bring up our folks over at Media Matters. You know, they watch every minute of Daily Wire content that they can possibly find. And then they take out whatever 10-second or 30-second clip that they can find out of context, and they perpetuate it on the internet. And a lot of times it happens to go trending, something that can be rather innocuous, but it happens to go trending. I asked the question, what sort of relationship Media Matters has with Twitter, but who knows? I am once again forced to bring my friend Matt Walsh out of cancellation. He's being canceled now every other week for various things that he is saying.
Well,
they presume he is a radical.
Well, when you say stupid shit about anime, even you know, when you say you don't have an argument, but you make arguments, I think Matt Walsh is either stupid, which I don't think he's stupid, which means he would have to be milking it, of course.
And I believe that he is a radical.
Or he's a coward, I guess.
But when it comes to Dasani water, I'm not going to lie, he thinks it's good. So there are a lot of lingering questions there. But yesterday, after I think about 72 hours of Candace Owens trending, suddenly Matt Walsh began trending. And I took a look at this trend and I realized it was about something that he said that we need to discuss about anime. Take a listen.
What's your opinion on anime? It's really popular amongst teens and young adults. I think it's all satanic. I have no argument for it. I have no argument for why it's satanic. It just seems that way to me.
It just seemed that way. No argument, even though he does have arguments. You stand by just a statement. Why? It's not... What? It's... Okay, let's listen to it.
Anime to me seems weird, just like bizarre, creepy.
Our arguments would be, your argument would be it's bizarre and creepy.
And in general, I don't think that adults should be, whether it's anime or any other kind of cartoon, with rare exception, adults really shouldn't be watching cartoons in general.
Why? What? You can't, what? You can't get the same level of maturity out of cartoons or anime, you know, not all, you know, not. I would think you would. I assume you think it's for children. Not all cartoons and anime are made for children. Okay, but you can get the same level of maturity out of animated media that you can get out of live action media.
I would say.
Listen, I don't know why people were so upset about this. I want to be very clear here at the Daily Wire. We own the science. We own the science on anime in the same way the CDC owns the science. We own the science. And unless you have something compelling to say or something that you can argue against, what he's very clearly said is just...
He didn't say anything. He didn't make any arguments. Well, according to him, he didn't make arguments. He did make arguments. He said it was creepy and, what's the other word? He said it was creepy.
That's what he thinks. It's it.
That was a funny face.
It's over. It's satanic. It's a conclusion now. We don't want to hear it. In fact, we'll censor you if you have anything to say against what he said. I stand by my friend and my colleague.
Yeah, if you just chat shit. And it's rude to everyone creating that media, you know? It's rude to every person creating that media. He doesn't distinguish.
Matt Walsh and his assessment. I'm not exactly sure why Daily Wire is receiving so much pressure about this, but Matt Walsh did respond to the pressure. He tweeted, "I'm catching some heat because I said that anime is satanic. I just want to clarify that yes."
Oh, sorry. Someone's knocking on the door. I'll be right back. Go back to the house.
It will literally lead to demonic possession in upwards of 87% of cases, studies show. Yeah, studies show, guys. I mean, that's it. He has said that studies show.
I thought he didn't believe in just. In the other clip, I thought he didn't believe in just stating studies.
We shouldn't look any deeper into whether or not that claim is true. He also went on to tell us even more science behind his claims. He says, the girl from The Exorcist used anime, and then the next thing you know, she was crawling around upside down on the ceiling. You guys need to learn your history. Yes, you guys
You're using a... See, I don't know if he's joking or not. You're using a fictional movie to express your problems with a medium. That's actually idiotic.
do need to learn your history. This is a fact. It's like I said, Daily Wire owns the science, so it feels weird to me that there's been all this backlash. I don't know why.
Candace is the same way. I don't understand if you're joking or not. You have the same tone for everything. If you wanted to say a joke, oh, yeah, anime is like satanic and stuff, Anime is so satanic. You're going to get possessed and raped by the devil and shit. That's my joking voice.
Why this is trending. And then he also adds this, which is from a different Daily Wire study. If this one was actually conducted by me. 74% of all serial killers have an anime habit. Hitler was also into anime, reports suggest.
See, I don't.
I mean, I cannot even possibly understand how that could be debunked.
It
We've
seemed
already
like
told
the video just her reading off his tweets and just saying he's right. That's it.
you that multiple studies say this, and we are the ones that are running the studies because we are the experts on anime. And we know we're the experts on anime because no one else has come forth to say that they are the experts on anime. So if you're having a different experience with anime, it doesn't matter. And that's all I want to say about that.
I am the expert on anime. There you go. Someone had come forth and said they're the expert on anime. That means you're not anymore, right?
Moving on to people that are purportedly to be canceled. Rapper MIA. Remember, I talked about her a couple of days ago. We all know all I want to do is psh, 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 and take your money. I think I sound really good. So every time I bring her up, I'm just going to do that because it was a smash hit. But
that was clearly a joke, obviously.
MIA has been purportedly canceled, at least by GQ, because of her very sensible tweets. So MIA tweeted this. She said, Alex Jones lying and Pfizer lying are both trending. One with penalty, other with, and due to its controversial nature, GQ will have, it's true, obviously,
so
it's true.
I'm glad I didn't watch these yesterday because these seems... So, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe and comment. Okay, I'll stream again tomorrow.